And we're live. Hey everybody, I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo, and welcome into our YouTube channel at Flippin' Hippos. Thank you so much for joining me today, those of you that are here already. Trina's here on her break and can watch the beginning. So,
the following video is controversial.
Y'all would think I would learn how to mute the video so I could look at the chat, but amateur hour as always. So, we got a lot of stuff last weekend, like a lot. Like, we went to a lot of Goodwills. We have clothes everywhere. We have stuff everywhere. So I'm going to have to break this week's hauls into two. Today I'm going to show you the plush and the ties and a couple of other things that we got at a church rummage sale. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll be back to show you guys the clothing. If I don't make it back tomorrow because I have a court thing, don't worry about me. I'm okay. It's workers' comp court thing. I didn't do anything bad. But if I don't get to do it live tomorrow, I'll be back Saturday to do that. So, lots of stuff. And this is like, I am such a hypocrite. I'm always telling y'all, don't have all these piles. Don't source more than you list. And, we have so much stuff. But it's going to hit a point where we're not going to be going to the Goodwill for a while. We're just going to do yard sales. So, I guess it'll even out. It's not a death pile. It's our backup clothing pile for the summer, I guess. Welcome in Michelle, Greg, Thrifty Christy, the Veranda Files, Christina, Kimberly, and Rhonda and Amelia are here, which I'm glad you guys are here because they did send me something in the mail, and I'm going to open it before we do the haul. And y'all get to watch me struggle with scissors again. On a side note, for those of you that know how painful it is to watch me open packages with my scissors, we did find our box cutter. We cleaned up our serial killer room. That's what we call our storage room upstairs. Last weekend, we got all our shelves organized and our shipping supplies organized, and we found our box cutter. And I put it on the shelf and didn't bring it downstairs here, so. Hi Duke, welcome in. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. It is my birthday today, guys. Which is why I was excited to save this for today. Such pretty tissue paper. Look, you guys, it's like my two favorite colors, pink and purple. I love it. Oh, how cute! Oh my gosh, are these magnets? These are going on my fridge. They are magnets. They are going on my fridge. Oh my gosh. Rhonda and Amelia, thank you so much. Look at how cute. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. It says, I love hippos. And this one is two hippos. Lovin'. And then there's two more hippos. These are so adorable. Oh my gosh, I love these hippo magnets. Thank you so much. Looks like there's more. I can't get over these magnets. They're going on my fridge. Maybe I'll put two at my workspace and two on my fridge so I can see them whether I'm working or in the kitchen cooking or whatever. I film in there too. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This is so cute. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes I see coming in, guys. You guys are the best. I have the best subscribers and group members in all the reselling community. Don't let anybody tell you guys different. Oh, this says Happy Hippo Days. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And look, inside, when you're drinking, you'll see a hippo. This is so cute. I am totally going to use that. I don't know. I don't really drink hot coffee except in the winter, but I will probably be drinking water out of that because it's just too cute. And look at him. Oh my god. Look at his face. Is that not a cute hippo? Oh my gosh, he is so cute. I always check to see if they have a name. Some of them come with names, and you know it saves me Having to think of a name, but this guy's little face. He is adorable. And I think there's one more thing in here. She said it wasn't much. You guys, this is a lot. This is really, really sweet. Rhonda and Amelia are mother and daughter reselling team. Not team, but they both resell. I remember when Amelia joined the Facebook group, she said she was Rhonda's daughter, and I was all excited. I'm like, oh, they're a family, and they both resell. I showed it to Keith. There's a note here. Is it okay if I read this to everybody? Rhonda and Amelia. This is Hippo Eats Dwarf, a field guide to hoaxes and other BS. I am going to absolutely love to read this book. Oh my gosh, this looks so fun. I read every single night when I go to bed. I read myself to sleep. So as soon as I finish the current book I'm reading, which is Nosferatu by Stephen King's son, Joe Hill, soon to be a show on AMC for those of you that like horror movies and horror shows. Check it out. But I'm like halfway through that. So once I finish that, I'm actually going to make this my next book that I'm going to read. And the note says, "Hi Star, here are a couple of gifts just to show our appreciation for all that you do for the reselling community. P.S. We don't know anything about this book. We just thought the title was funny, and there's a section in it about eBay." Oh, that's so cool. I read anything. I love to read. I'm an avid reader, so if it's at all interesting, I'll read it. Horror is my favorite. I like books with dumb facts like this. Believe it or not, I have books with weird facts already on my bookshelf, like Ripley's and stuff like that. So this is like right up my alley. So thank you so much, Amelia and Rhonda. These are amazing presents, gifts. I love them. I'm going to cherish them. Most of them are going to be put in my workspace for me to look at every single day while I work. So you guys are amazing. Actually, all of my subscribers are amazing. Like I said, Justin may want to argue the point, but I feel like I have the best subscribers in all of the reselling community because everyone that subscribes to me and is in our Facebook group is always very positive, very upbeat. Everyone's very encouraging to each other. It's just, you guys are just a good group of people. You guys are amazing. So Justin is in the house. She says there's one more little thing left in the box. Or am I reading that late? Oh, there is. Oh my gosh, there is. I got it. I love the tissue paper too. Purple and pink are my favorites. Oh my goodness, it's another little hippo. Oh, this is Happy. And yes, I know the beanie hippos. The beanie baby hippos. This one's Happy, the baby. He is so cute. Thank you again so much. Justin says I'll fight you. In fact, I actually think Justin and I share a lot of subscribers. So we can say we have collectively the best. Alright guys, so let's just jump into the haul. I know that a lot of you are on your breaks and you don't have a lot of time and you'll have to come back and watch part of the replay as is. So Saturday we had 3 dots on our map, our yard sale app. If you don't have the yard sale app, you should get it. It's for iPhone and Android. It pulls from Craigslist, Facebook. It pulls from all the periodicals where people will post their garage sales, estate sales, yard sales, church sales, rummage sales, and puts them all in one convenient spot for you. Shows up as dots on a map, and you can push the dots and map yourself right to it. Thank you, Justin. So we had 3 dots, and it was raining, and it was gray, and we were like, we're not even going to try, because the 3 dots were in 3 different directions, 20 minutes each way, and the weather wasn't that great. But we did see a church sale on the map, and when we pulled it up, we thought, I think we've been to this church before, and yes. So this is one of the churches around here that does a sale at the beginning of the season in May, and then they always do a wrap-up in September. And this will be our 3rd year that we went. Typically in September, it's still the leftovers that you've already seen in May that didn't sell, but there's still new stuff too. I got a lot of my plush last summer from this place, and I got a lot this weekend. You are not a terrible friend, Justin. You're fine. I don't really broadcast or tell people it's my birthday. People find out because of Facebook and because of Holly usually, but so hey Mary, welcome in. You're fine. Last year there were people that I was close with in the reselling community that didn't even know it was my birthday until afterwards. I'm not like, I don't tell people. It's not a big deal. It's just another Thursday, and I'm just older now, so 41, guys, for who's wondering. So we went to the church sale on Saturday. We made out like fat hogs. I got so much plush to show you guys. We got 17 ties at 50 cents a piece. Really great brands. And some other goodies. So we'll jump into that. And then we will do the clothing that we got tomorrow. The funny part is, there was a whole section at this church upstairs that we went up to look in. And we had never been up there before. So we don't know if that was a new section this year where they had more stuff, or the other places that we had been, or the other times that we had gone there, we were just like, no, and didn't even know there was other rooms, which is where we found the Donald Trump and Jay Garcia ties. So, oh, thank you so much, Lance, for the super chat. Happy birthday, old woman. For those of you that don't know, Lance is like 6 weeks older than me. I think we figured out exactly on his birthday back in April. Lance is older than me by like a couple of weeks, but he loves to tease me and call me old. So we're both 41 now. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right, let's just get in. So a lot of these guys I've already photographed, steamed, cleaned up, and taken the photos of. Yeah, Liz, you're absolutely right. I'm just a 12-year-old kid trapped in this 41-year-old disabled body. And I don't feel my age, so it's cool. So after I photographed them, I had to organize them in these bags so I knew what to tell you guys. So these are the ones I got for $1 a piece. Oh my goodness. Heinz actually got its start in Pittsburgh. For those of you that don't know, we still have the big Heinz original factory here. So we do find a lot of really cool Heinz stuff here, often at yard sales. Just because of where we're located, I think. But this is a pickle, and I was tempted to keep him because I love pickles. I will buy a jar of pickles, and it'll be gone in a day. Most pickles have 0 calories. If you eat the dill ones, the sweet ones have the sugar and stuff. But if you eat dill pickles, most of the little baby ones have 0 calories. So I feel justified eating an entire jar while I'm listing. But I don't know. He's cute. I'll probably sell him. I try not to keep a lot of the plush I find because I have a whole shelf full of hippos. But I got Fozzie Bear. Again, these were all $1 a piece, 25 cents a piece. And he is not, or he is vintage. I meant to say he is vintage. He's from 1987, if you can read that. He's from the Henson Associates. He's baby Fozzie, so he should be worth some money, I hope, unless turds ran him down to the bottom. This one is another one we were tempted to keep. This is a wolf from World of Warcraft. He's from Draenor. He is from Blizzard, the people that make the video game, World of Warcraft. And he's a little wolf pup. And you can actually get him as a little pet in the game. I have this little guy, I play the little pet game. Those of you that aren't familiar with World of Warcraft, it is an online like role-playing game. But they have lots of mini games inside of it, and you can collect these pets and have them fight each other, kind of like Pokemons. And that's how Keith originally got me playing years ago. He's like, you can have pets. And at Halloween, you get flying black cats on brooms. And he just like talked me into it. But yeah, I digress. Anyway, this is an actual Blizzard wolf. I'll have to look him up. He probably came from one of the BlizzCons, the conferences for the Blizzard video games. If he did, he is worth money. They do not put a date on all plush, but many of them have it. So just look at their tush tags, especially the ones from the 80s and the 90s. They tended to put dates on them back then more often than now, but I still see some from now. My son had that's the year he was born. Fozzie Bear. I got a Sonic the Hedgehog. He does not have any hang tags or a tush tag, but he is a recognizable enough character that that's okay for me. I'd still pick it up. The last Sonic the Hedgehog I had was bigger than this. He still had a tag, and I had a Tails, and each one sold for like 20 a piece. So for $25, I'll get a small one with no tags. I got another Pikachu, not a Pikachu, a Pokemon. I always do that. This is, I believe this is Eevee or one of Eevee's evolutions. It's Tomy, and that's the brand I tell you guys to look for when you look for Pokemon plush. Look for the Tomy. They're the more expensive. I pick them all up if they're Pokemon. Absolutely. But this is the more expensive one. You guys may have seen my Growlithe that sold. I showed it Monday, and my what sold? He sold for $16. He was about the same size as this one. There is another Tomy Pokemon, and I don't know which character this is, so I will of course have to ask Keith. The beautiful part about being partners when you're both nerds is you're both nerdy about some of the same things that you share your interest in, but he's nerdy about some things I'm not, and vice versa, and we can help each other. So I'll ask Keith who that is, unless somebody else knows. Got a Care Bear. I believe the one with I can never remember her name, but I believe I already have one in the store, so I'll just look it up. But the rainbow is Share Bear, maybe. I don't know. It's a bear. Her eyes got some damage, and her tags are really hard to read. They're very faded. I don't know if she's vintage or not, but for $25, it's a Care Bear. I'll get it. Lucio or something like that. Probably. That sounds familiar. I did play the Pokemon Go game with Keith and my kids. I'd be interested in the Eevee one. My son named his dog that. My son rescued her. He's aww. Aww. Oh, here's another good brand for Pokemon. Tomy's probably the best, but the Pokemon Center do really well. Oh, that is such a cute story, Kimberly. That's so cute. Thank you for sharing that with us. I love to hear about rescue pets. Again, this is one I don't know his name, but if you guys know, you could tell me. If not, Keith will know. Keith probably already told me and I wasn't listening. And then this guy, the annoying thing, he's a frog. He is popular on the internet. He is a frog that he sings and stuff. I had a one last year that talked and sang. Long time viewers, if you've been around a long time, you will remember him from last year. He was very large, and when you squeezed him, he did the song this thing does. He's annoying. And it went for like $45. So I'm cool with getting a smaller one that's not a talker. I still think he's popular and it's going to be worth a bit. And for $25. Care Bears vary on the brand. There's like Kelly toy Care Bears. There's vintage Care Bears. It also depends on the character. Some Care Bears are worth more because I guess they're harder to find or they're more popular. It depends on their size. So Care Bears can go from anywhere from 12 to like 50. So when I find them for $25.50, I'm willing to risk it. Yeah, I see Tammy sold a 6-inch one for $16. And I've sold big ones like this for $15. I've sold little ones like this for $30. It just really depends on the brand, their year, and the character. And then they have special limited edition ones if you ever see them. They have like glittery silver threads in their furs. Their furs. Alright, this is a Build-A-Bear. He's plain. Again, Build-A-Bears do really, 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 really well if they're a recognizable character. So if they're from pop culture or something, Build-A-Bears will be worth a lot more money. These plain ones really are only worth anywhere from $12 to $16. But he was $25, so he came home with me. Thank you, Mariah. Did I say your name right? I figured the one was the evolution of the other one because they looked similar to me. Hi Debbie, welcome in. Thanks for joining us today. I'm trying to get all the rest of the 25 centers out to show you. I got other Heinz. This is an Orida French fry by Heinz, if you can see that on his shoe. Yeah, the My Little Pony Build-A-Bears are great. I get the ones that are really big, and I usually start them at like 25 plus shipping because they weigh more than a pound. And I'll usually take like a $20 offer. Sometimes they'll sell for full price. This is Minecraft. You want to actually make sure you get official Minecraft. Move your tail. Mojang. You can get hit by Minecraft if you're selling anything that they think is not licensed. But as long as you have the Mojang tag, you're good. It's official. Thank you again, Trina. Thank you so much. Thanks for popping in and the birthday wishes. This is a dragon from McStuffins, I believe. I already had one of these before. He did well, so it's Disney. Classic Toy Company, you guys. You know I always talk about that brand. This one's tag is pretty damaged, but again, he was a quarter and he's cool. He's like a fuzzy, fluffy rainbow snake. I don't know, he's cute. Hey Cherry Picker, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. And the last thing I got for a quarter, nope, 50 cents. And this is why I do these things, so I don't get confused. I did get one thing at the church sale for 50 cents. She was a little bit more. Now, I've already taken her batteries out. I should have left them in for the show. I did have batteries in her to test her before I took her photos. Now, she has sticky stuff on her eye because I put a sticker on her eye to remind me to tell you that I paid 50 cents. Anyway, she's a princess pet, a palace pet. These Disney palace pets, each Disney princess has a pet. I always have to look them up to see whose is whose. I think the pink one is Cinderella, but I will have to look it up to be sure, or someone can tell me. But these Disney Palace pets do really well, and each princess has their own pet. And this one, I should have left the batteries in. When you squeeze her, her eyes light up blue, and then she says, "I'm so tired," and then she snores and purrs. She's really cute. Bye, Kimberly. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, so that was the end of the 25-cent plush I got at the church rummage sale. And now I have a bag full of 50 cents plush that I got from Goodwill. I got a Classic Toy Company dragon. You guys know I always say I love this brand, period. But the dragons do really well. And I got a Gans fluffy, fuzzy, I don't know what you want to call him, tiger. He does not have his code, and I am okay with paying 50 cents for those that don't have their codes. Codes make them worth more money. And yes, guys, look at this. Look at this. I am going to sell this. But I already have one of him. So this is, and I can never... It's Beshte. He's from the Lion Guard, the Disney show with Simba's son. And he's a hippo, and he's super cute. He is Ty or TY. But I have this exact plush already that I sourced once upon a time. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. There's your dancing hippo, Lisa. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I have this hippo already. He's over on the shelf with all the hippos. And mine doesn't have a tush tag or anything. So I will keep the one that doesn't have the tag and sell this one. Hi, Donna. Welcome in. So this is also TY. This is Tinsel. This is a Beanie Boo. and it has the glitter eyes. Some of the beanie, I mean, I don't suggest anyone source for Beanie Babies, but the Beanie Boos can do well. Certain characters or animals from the Beanie Boos do well. Glitter eyes make them worth more money, and I risk it for 50 cents. I have a blue Angry Birds Rio bird here. A couple weeks ago, I picked up a different Angry Birds Rio Bluebird. He was a lot smaller than this guy. He sold within 2 hours of being listed for $16. So when I saw this one, I'm like, yep, I'll try it again for 50 cents. Why not? And then these two guys I will be putting together and selling as a lot of two. I don't know if you can see that. They're Classic Toy Company, and they're lizards. And I know I say this a lot, so I'm sorry if you've already heard this and it's a repeat for you. But a lot of people that collect the classic toys do look for the different colors of animals. They have all the animals that they put out, they have in different colors. So if I ever find two of the same that are like the same different colors but the same animal, I put them in a lot together and they go faster. Sorry about the sirens. And they go for more money. So I'll put these guys together. Yeah, that hippo is adorable. But I already have one of him, and that one has a tag, so I'll sell it. Alright, so the rest of these plush I'm going to show you were 99 cents. Whether they were marked 99 cents to start, or they were the color of the week, and they were more expensive, but they were 99 cents because they were the color of the week. And I have these separated. The ones in this bag I have not cleaned up yet or photographed. And the ones left in here are photographed. So let's look at the ones I did photograph first, so I can keep them separate for my sale. I got a Yogi Bear for 99 cents, and he is Hanna-Barbera. And, see, he doesn't have a date, which is kind of disappointing, because you have a really good chance. You have a really good chance of Hanna-Barbera toys being vintage. I might keep him. I don't know yet. It's Groot, and it's official Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, and Marvel's really big right now, guys. Endgame's in the theater. It's like the top grossing film of all time. Really great movie if you haven't seen it. Even non-Marvel fans would probably like it. But anyway, this is Groot, and I have a Groot over here in a pot. He's my son's, but he lets me keep him on my desk. He dances and sings, so I don't know that I need another Groot. Hey, welcome in, NH guy. So our Goodwill, it depends on which ones you go to. The Goodwill closest to us, like the one we go to first, it's the hop, skip, and a jump up the highway. They have a basket up front that are all 50 cents that they put in there. And the two girls that work Sundays now know us, and they're very nice to us. We're very nice to them. We're on good terms with them. And so when they're in the back picking the plush for the cart to roll up front, they kind of sometimes, I think, pick stuff they know I like, but cannot confirm nor deny that. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. And some of the Goodwills out here will have plush that's up to $8 or $9. Some is 99 cents. Some's $1.99. I guess it just depends on which Goodwill you're at and who's pricing that day. Cherry picker, I would absolutely suggest that you try to get the stain out first. I'm going to show you what I use, because this stuff is amazing. It's called Awesome. You get it for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and it is awesome. I can tell you from experience, this will take out wine, coffee, spaghetti sauce, blood, mud off of white stuff. I clean, like I spray stains on our personal clothes with this before we launder. We use it for clothing that has stains on it for the store, and I use it on all of my plush. This stuff is amazing, and it's $1. So try to get it out. Try to get yourself some of this. Try to get it out. And then if it doesn't, I would still sell it. If it's 2 feet, it's vintage, and Dumbo's in the theater right now and very popular, absolutely you should be listing that Dumbo. Absolutely. Just disclose it and knock like $2 or $3, maybe $5, depending on how big the stain is, off the price that you comp. But try to get it out first. But I would absolutely list him. Because Disney's popular. I mean, Dumbo's popular right now. Disney Dumbo's popular again. Lisa, happy early birthday for you tomorrow. Saturday's my son's birthday, so we have a lot of made babies here. Actually, you can spray this on and wipe it with the washcloth, the paper towel. What I use, I did a video about this once. This is an old Tide pen. You can see it's faded. There's no more stuff in it. It's just an old Tide pen. But whatever this point is made out of makes a really good scrubber. So I've kept this around for like 2 years and there's nothing in it. I just spray the spot and then I scrub it with this. Whatever this is made out of, it really, really works well on Plush. I think because it's like a fine point and you can really get in there. And then I blot it with paper towels. Like I really squish them and blot it to get all the awesome out, and then I fluff it back up with a lint roller. And you're welcome. Absolutely, anytime. Alright, so this is Ice Age. This is the saber-toothed tiger from Ice Age. It's our taco. Isn't that cute? It's a Shopkins. And it is just so cute. It's a taco. And this is, I know the name of the show and I'm totally brain farting it. This is a Disney show. Jake and the Pirates, maybe. I got a Webkins. Now this is the one I didn't pay. I paid $1.99 for this one. I'm going to save it for last and tell you why. This one was 99 cents. The Petting Zoo, which is part of Hershey Park on the other side of PA from me. And it is a really pretty black and pink dolphin. And the last 99 center. No, I still have a whole bag. I'm sorry. The last one of these is Tigger Disneyland Resort. Official Tigger with a little hat and a coat. Still got his hang tag. Still got his tush tags. He's in really good shape. And we'll talk about this real quick. I did pay $1.99 for this because it is a Webkins that still has its code. And she's different. So this isn't one of their run-of-the-mill Webkins with the code. This is a pink and purple giraffe. She's got sparkly feet. I'm taking a risk by paying $2 for her, but I was willing to take that risk. I did find one time the Gans Rockers. It's Rockerz. And there was like a unicorn with like different colored hair. And they're like rockers, you know, like rock stars. And they go for a little bit more. So I was willing to risk it for that cute giraffe. You guys are funny. The Shopkins do well. I found some peppermint Shopkins at the Goodwill once. Alright, so these ones I'm going to show you. These were all also 99 cents, but I have to keep them separate because I haven't photographed these ones yet. So this is a, I want to say, he is. He's a Galileo rocker bear. I don't know. Just says, "We will rock you." He's got on a shirt. He's cute. He's got a little bandana on his head. But his tag is ripped. But that's okay. He's still super cute for 99 cents. Speaking of Lion Guard, I have Kimba, Simba's son. Whoop. I dropped him right on the keyboard. This one, I have another Kimba, but his hair got matted. and this one has nicer hair. So I will probably just sell similar on the one I have in the store and then add like $2 or $3 to this one since he's in better shape. I have a Nala. And you guys, Lion King is coming out soon, the live action movie. If you aren't excited for it, get excited. This is why I don't feel my age. I've been running around the house for like a week singing all the songs from Aladdin and Lion King. I'm like reliving my childhood. I'm like, yes, Aladdin and Lion King are both going to be live action movies. Keith is so tired of all the Disney songs, but I'm stoked. I'm pretty excited that these are coming out. I don't care how old I am. So that's Nala.
I love laughing with you. You make every day so much fun.
So Minnie Mouse, and she talks.
Wonderful friend.
So what I'll do is, I know she works, so I'll open her up when it's time to clean her up and get her photographed. And I just double check that there's no battery corrosion inside her case. Since I bought her with batteries in it and they're not mine, I will send them with her. And I will put that in the listing, and it will say, well, I'll have to open her up to see, but let's say it's 2 AA's. I'll say requires 2 AA's. Sending the batteries inside the plush, cannot guarantee how long they'll last. But like with the Princess Pal you saw me with, the cat, she did not have batteries. I tested her with hours. I opened it up, checked for corrosion, tested her to make sure she works, took the batteries back out, and her listing will say requires 2 AA batteries, not included. But if I didn't pay for them and they're not ours I'm using to
What
test,
should we do today?
I just send them along. And I just tell them
Love the color pink.
I can't guarantee how long they'll last. But always, always, even if you have a plush that talks, and you can see that it works like Minnie there, always, always still open them up, guys, and double check for battery corrosion, because the last thing you want is an angry buyer because you sent them something with battery corrosion. I guess the next question you're going to ask is how you clean up battery corrosion. A Q-tip and alcohol. That's it. Rhonda's so excited for the new Aladdin. I am too. And Lion King. They're bringing all of our childhood movies to life. I haven't seen Dumbo yet. I want to see Dumbo, but that's going to be more of a wait for Redbox. Aladdin and Lion King were like 2 really big ones that I really, really liked when they came out when I was young. So those ones I'll see in the theater. Dumbo, I can kind of wait. Speaking of movies, the It Part 2 trailer dropped today for those of you that are also Stephen King or horror movie fans. The Part 2 of It trailer dropped. I watched it. It looks great. It has, oh my God, so many amazing actors in it. It's got the guy that plays the young Xavier from X-Men. He was also in Split and Glass. There were a bunch. There's so many good actors in that. I was like, ah! September 6th is when that one comes out. Okay. I got 2 more Gans with their codes. These ones were only 99 cents a piece. Just a plain black horse, but he's got his code. Oh, gotta remember who I've taken photos of and who I haven't. See what I do? And then a koala bear, and he's got his code. And then this is a Kohl's Cares. And he had this tag on his tush, but he had this tag over on his leg. And they said they would just honor that price for me, so they gave them to me for 99 cents. I didn't pop tags or anything, guys. That's legit how he came out of the bin. Usually, often I find plush that have like 2 or 3 price tags on them, and I just take them up front and say, which one are you going to charge me? And if it's the cheapest one, I'll take it. So anyway, this is Kohl's Cares. I actually had this in the store before. This was one of the very first plush I ever sourced and sold. This is the moose from If You Give a Moose a Muffin. And yeah, he was one of the very first ones we ever sold. And the other one was a dragon named Scorch, I believe. He was a TY. baking soda and white vinegar. That sounds, I think I've heard that before, but I think to me it sounds like it's one extra step, one extra piece of work. And I always have alcohol around, not the kind you drink, but rubbing alcohol. Alright, so we're gonna get in, let's do the ties last. Let's do the little stuff. Rhonda has that moose. If you give a moose a muffin. And then I just sold if you give a dog a donut. Very recently, he was in a what sold. So these still have their price tags on them. Keith needs to photograph these, but he was waiting for me. He's already got all the ties photographed. Most of these ties, if you guys are in Sydney's Posh share group, or you ever go into our Posh Closet and share it, you've probably seen these ties already. Keith has already photographed them and has them all listed and just kept them in a box for me to show you guys. But these he was kind of waiting on me for. So we just got, these are some Bolos for you guys. Absolutely be looking for these. These blank tapes, if they're still wrapped in package. This one was 25 cents for that. Those are Sony. We got a Fujifilm Pro VHS for 75 cents, a two-packer. A two-packer. A two-pack. 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 TDK brand 8mm for 75 cents for a 3-pack. These are Bolo, guys. Keep your eyes out while you're at the yard sales and the church sales. If they're new and packaged like this, they're worth money. And you can usually get them for under $1. It's really good when you can get, like, you know, these 3-packs. And then this old vintage game Keith picked up. I don't know, but he picked it, so I assume Keith knows what he's doing when it comes to the video games, because he's our video game guru around here. But that's Bejeweled Twist, and it was 25 cents. And they packed everything up for us in this nice bag. This breast cancer awareness bag. And it's got drawstrings. I'm not going to try to sell this bag in the store, but I really, really like it. And it's going to go in my trunk. We keep in our trunk every yard sale season a box full of bags like this that we put all our stuff in as we yard sale. Yes, empty ink cartridges sell well. You can sell printer ink if it's expired. Did you know that? Keith looks for that too. I think Keith will list them all separately, especially because they're different brands. But the single one you saw that was a quarter by itself, if he had had more Sony ones, he probably would have bundled them together. I think it just depends on what... Sorry, my throat got really dry. Let me get a drink. And I'm drinking Pepsi today because it's my birthday and I can. I usually try to drink lots of water, but I have a Pepsi with my lunch today because it's a special occasion. Anyway, I think it all depends on, like, if he has multi-packs, if they're the same type, if they're the same brand, what he comps them at. And then I got one more thing that's not a tie to show you. This was $2, and you guys are going to think I'm nuts. But I legit think that this was worth the cost of goods of $2. It's a coffee mug that looks like a TV set. On the bottom it says TV Collector Mugs, Betty Boop. It's 2000, so it's like 1 year shy of being vintage. Oh my god. That makes me feel older than my own actual age today on my birthday. Phew. Things from 2000 are almost vintage. I have a kid who's almost vintage. That is nuts. Okay, sorry. It just blows my mind, because when we were growing up in like the 80s and 90s, you turn on the oldie station, it was 50s music, and vintage meant stuff from, you know, the 60s. It blows my mind. Anyway, there you guys can see the bottom. TV Collector Mugs, Betty Boop, and it's Betty Boop, and she's a Bolo. Y'all. We were at this yard sale once, and I picked out a bunch of stuff from this lady, and there was a Betty Boop figurine. She was on a motorcycle, and it was all glittery and cute. And I had a stack of, she had a bunch of American Eagle wallets, new with tags and stuff. This was last year. And we went up front with all of the stuff, and she took the Betty Boop from me and said, I'll just throw this in for free. I haven't had any interest in her. You're the only one that looked at her today. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So she threw her in for free and then charged us for everything else. That Betty Boop sold overnight for like $40. So then I started looking for Betty Boop stuff. Shirts, mugs, anything with Betty Boop. Bolo. I had a little Betty Boop soft doll, like a plush. $20. A couple weeks. So definitely look for Betty Boop. Anything. I really kind of just wish this was already vintage, but you know, you do what you can. It does say that this was retired in 2001. Can you see that? So it is something that they don't make anymore. So I was definitely willing to pay $2 for this. Thank you so much, NH guy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to put that there, and hopefully I don't knock it over and break it, because I am a klutz. Bye, Liz. Thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping in and spending some time with me before you do your shipping. All right, so there's 17 of these ties, and they were 50 cents a piece. And we almost didn't find these. Like I said, we went up to the top room of this church rummage sale that we'd never been in before. So we kind of wonder if we missed this room the last few years or if it's new. But we went up there, and I could see a pair of shoes I wanted to look at, and somebody was, you know, blocking my way. So I just kind of went this way and stood there waiting my turn, and I glanced down, and we were about to leave. Like, we were about to leave this room, and I saw the shoes, and I'm like, hold on a minute, Keith. And I was walking around, and this is what I saw. Have to get to my full time. Well, thank you so much for stopping in, Cherry Picker. I appreciate it. And I did follow you on Instagram. So I looked down. I saw this in a bin. They had like a little plastic bin. And I was like, oh my God. So we picked it up. And then I saw this. And I was like, oh my gosh. And picked it up. And then we didn't see any more Donald Trump for a while. We started to see, not that one. We started to see these in the bin. The Jay Garcias. So we sat there together, the two of us, Keith and I. We each took one end of this little bin and dug through it, and we pulled out all the ones that we felt were worth money. We didn't know how much they were. They didn't have a sign. We eventually took them all up front, and the guy said they're 50 cents a piece, and we said, sold, count them up, they're 17. So that's another Jerry Garcia. This is another Jerry Garcia. So $17, it was 17 ties at 50 cents a piece. $8.50 for all of the ties. One Donald Trump will sell and pay for all of them, and the rest are profit. Another Jay Garcia. Another Jay Garcia. Lots of Jay Garcias. This is Jay Garcia. And some of them have the, sorry, I have no depth perception. Collector, limited edition. Some of the Jay Garcias have like actual names like a painting would. See if I could find one. Like, well, now I won't be able to find one. I probably put them all back. These are all Jay Garcia that I'm showing you. Aren't they nice? I mean, just one tie has to sell the Donald Trumps to be able to profit enough to pay for this whole bunch of them. This one has a name, Overlooking the Desert. Most of these, I believe all of them, actually, all of these are on eBay already because Keith was a busy little bee. This one has a name. And most of them I've gotten cross-posted over to Poshmark. I grabbed a bunch of them and cross-posted them to Poshmark after he listed them. But some of them aren't because I wanted to get some men's shorts over there last night. This is a Ralph Marlin, but this is also a Bolo brand, you guys. Like, it's right along with J. Garcia. Wouldn't pay much more than 50 cents for them. 25 cents or less if you can find them at the bends, you know. But up to 50 cents would be okay for J. Garcia. And this is Ralph Marlin. Look at this. Look at this tie. It has a name too. Creation of Adam. And you can see the Ralph Marlin. So we got 1 Ralph Marlin, 4 Donald Trumps. That means 12 J. Garcias. I can do math. So here's the other 2 Donald Trumps. And these like yellow ones will go up, or are up I should say already, for less. Because Donald Trump ties, number 1, turds have been running the prices down, racing to the bottom. Jamie Pace, I don't know if you're still in here or not, but he'll tell you, you know, Donald Trump ties used to be worth a lot more. People just keep running the prices down. But it also depends on the color.